What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman here. Today we're going to be talking about is riding a motorcycle hard, and we're going to take a look at this person handling a situation. Let's just jump right into it. All right. So we're going on a one lane, kind of. It's like no center line stripe. There's a car. Nice little swerve. Did we stay on the road? No, but no. We didn't. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is talking about this, and we're going to do the orbit out in the parking lot. It's a smart rider drill, but then we're going to be talking about is riding a motorcycle hard. Let's take a quick look at this. We are going 111. Okay, I'm assuming that's kilometers an hour, so we're going over 60-something miles an hour. That's the best way I can describe it. No centerline stripe. Not that big of a deal if we are, staying on our side. Okay, that's pretty much what's happening here. So one thing that we got to be looking out for, because we're always planning a ride with these after action reviews. That's what we're mainly focusing on, is are we in a good position for safety? Right now we are. Right now we definitely are. Now, are we locating hazard situations? Let's see. Are you locating one right now? I see a crest of the hill. And I see how it's kind of curving just a little bit. So with the crest of the hill, I don't know what's on the other side. I don't know if there's like tree branches there. I don't know if there's like a deer or just some naked dude running through the forest. Who knows? It could be anything. So we're going pretty fast. We're going 60 plus. We don't know exactly what's happening around this corner. So are we really locating hazardous situations? Not really. To me, this is a relevant threat. I'm going to be in orange stage because I don't know what's happening right now. So we're going to come up to here. And okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Now we're going to go through here. Oh, we got another blind corner come up to the left. So we're still in orange stage. And here's the thing. When it comes to assessing relevant threats, a relevant threat to you could be the fact that you're speeding. So just because, everything else looks perfectly good, the road looks perfect, it's a sunny day, tires are warm, I got skill level, but the conditions here says that you should probably be going slower. So now your speed is actually a threat to your life. So we're coming up to here. Oh, there's headlights. Okay, so if we see headlights coming towards us, it means we're going towards them and we're going to collide. Okay, so what do we do here? We're not in a good position for safety at all. We're in their path of travel. We're going to have to do some form of red stage maneuver and swerve out of the way. So red stage. Okay, action time. We got to do something. We got to swerve. We got to emergency brake. We got to do something. Accelerate through if we have to. But in this one, we're in the path of travel. We have to swerve out of the way. So here we go. That person decided to swerve, applied the brakes. You see their headlights kind of went down a little bit. Now they're swerving towards the outside. We're swerving this way. Hey, very good. Everyone's on the same plan here. Almost impacted. We barely could swerve in time because we're both probably going pretty fast. Pretty fast. Thankfully, nothing happened because 120 kilometers per hour, right in the comments. I'm not doing the math. You do the math. Imagine a collision like that. Okay. So we're at this point. It's like, oh, we are not set up for the turn now because we're going too fast. We got shot out to the wrong side. We achieved something back here to where we're not going to have a massive issue, but now we have a new issue. So what are we doing? We got to go off road. Hopefully we can keep it up. Oh, started getting a little wonky. Maybe slam that rear brake and we're starting to slide everywhere. And there's the dumping of the bike. Okay. So the main thing here is that we weren't seeking out and recognizing hazardous situations. We have pretty good fundamental skills. We maybe have gear. I'm not too sure, but are we rescuing each other? I don't know, because we're by ourselves. Kind of a bad situation. Hopefully you can rescue yourself. Hopefully that guy in the car was like looked back and saw you crash and turned around and is helping you. Who knows? But we are teaching us here at the MTC Rider Academy. So thank you so much for teaching everything going on here. But we come up to here, blind corner. Should have already understood, blind corner, your speed is a little too fast, okay? A lot of this is common sense, but common sense isn't very common when your emotions and adrenaline are going crazy. Hey, it's a blind corner. We're going pretty fast, still not paying attention, still not planning our ride, still not doing what we need to do. Oh, there's a vehicle. We saw it. We perceived. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to swerve a little bit because it's the best we can, but we also don't want to fail on our corner coming up. And what's happening is that we did fail. We weren't prepped and ready. We were getting shot out to the side, and then now we're going to crash, and hopefully our head hits nothing, but if it does, we have a helmet, hopefully. So guys, if you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, please don't do this, because I know one of the questions you guys did ask is riding a motorcycle hard. We'll talk about that after we finish the orbit out in the parking lot. So I'll see you there. All right, everybody, we're going to jump into the ADOs. It's an interesting name. I don't know how I came up with it. It sounds like Cheerios, but what it is a figure eight. We just did the bootlace. The figure eight on that one is really wide. This one
is going to be more narrow, something that you had to do in the MSF. It's within 20 feet width. And then after we exit out of that, we're going to go nice and wide all the way around. It's going to prepare you for the orbit that's coming up next week. So it's a simple figure eight. I'm going to go nice and wide on these figure eights. So I'm going to utilize the whole space, head and eye movement. So it's a U-turn. And then we're going to exit out of here. So that's where the figure eight is, right? But we're exiting and we're going around. So keep that head positioned to where you want to go, which is towards the exit. All right, so you saw that. So figure eight, once you exit out, you're gonna go around and come out. Okay, so the figure eight portion, take that nice and slow. On the exit out, especially on the first time, take it nice and slow the first time. On the exit out, go ahead and pick up some speed, but here's the thing, always try to look at the exit. It's gonna put you in a position where your head is looking this way and it's gonna make your body wanna go that way. So it's very important to do that. A little bit more lean. Then we're gonna exit out here. You see that change of direction? So I'm looking at the exit now. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna do it with a little bit of rear brake. So it's gonna be nice and slow. So here's the rear brake going in. So this is typically what you see in the MSF. So I'm gonna utilize all this space. I just needed you to go in between these cones. There we go. So a little bit of rear brake. Now I'm gonna look. No, I don't need that rear brake anymore. This is where the rear brake kind of stops. So there we go, looking towards the exit and then exiting out. Cutting that a little close. So once again, I challenge you to go do it. This is the ADOs. Have some fun, enjoy it. Hope you have a great weekend. I'll be seeing you guys around.
What should you not do while riding a motorcycle? These are great questions you guys are sending in. So make sure you guys click the link in the description to send in your own. It's a Google form. I read it and I picked the best ones. Some of them are pretty nasty. What should you not do while riding a motorcycle? Do not ride while intoxicated. I think there's something along the lines of, what do we got here? A booklet and cones from Travis. Thank you so much, Travis. Riding intoxicated. So there's like a study. Somebody can annotate me, write in the comments, but I know it's like an NHTSA thing where like 40 to 45% of all motorcycle fatalities, there was alcohol in the system of the rider. Okay. So I'm not saying causation equals correlation. Like, you know, if you have a sip of alcohol, you're going to crash and die. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that it's a major factor in fatalities of motorcycle accidents. So alcohol is the one that they kind of talk about, but I mean, we could talk about anything. Methamphetamines, I mean, if you overdose on ADHD, which is ADHD medications, like not all of them, but the ones that are methamphetamines, cause you to be hyperactive, a little bit shaky, you know, hyper focus on the wrong things possibly, especially if you're not ADHD and you're not using it as directed. Also, you know, cannabis. Everyone says, oh, I can ride better, ride more relaxed. Your reaction time is actually slower, okay? Don't try to convince me that it's not, okay? I've done my fair share, I know what it is. So drinking and riding, being intoxicated, all those things is a no es bueno situation, okay? So don't do that. Do not ride without a helmet. Riding without a helmet, sorry guys if you're listening to this, I'm thinking about turning this into an after the ride podcast. I'm putting packages together in the shipping and fulfillment. So make sure you ride with a helmet. Do not ride without a helmet. That's another thing, is that there's a lot of fatalities that happen with motorcycles that if they wore a helmet, it could have prevented the fatality. So we're talking about alcohol, no helmets. It's just no good. You want to protect your brain. That's the freaking most important thing in your body outside of like the other stuff that can kill you. You know, you're like your heart or lungs and whatever, but your brain is super important. It's gonna affect the rest of your life. I don't think I have to explain what your brain does. You guys are pretty smart. So do not exceed the speed limit. I like to reduce as many factors as possible when it comes to anything on the road. So going over the speed limit, the factors, there's possibly cops. That's one. That's the legal consequence. The other consequence is if I'm going faster than the flow of traffic and going faster than speed limit, the people that are going to be pulling out in front of me, the people that are on the road with me, they are assuming I'm going the speed limit. So they can judge a car, you know, somebody's going to turn left in front of me. Somebody can judge a car going the speed limit. Oh, that's easy, I can handle that. But if I'm going faster than that, it's already hard to judge me at the speed limit. I'm not going to go faster because they're going to have a tough time judging, you know, where I'm at. So they're going to pull out in front of me and boom, I hit them. That's typically what happens. So just go the speed limit. Let's reduce as many factors as possible when it comes to unsafe riding. So you should not be doing that. You should not be exceeding the speed limit. Do not drive in between lanes, please. So we're talking lane splitting at high rate of speeds. You don't have a space cushion to left and right, so you can't swerve left and right. You can only accelerate and decelerate with progressive braking in case there's an emergency. You're just way too close, and you're gonna freak people out, and sometimes they panic and might even swerve into you. We've seen so many crashes and close calls with just lane splitting at high rates of speed, so just don't do that. Just don't do that. There's no real reason to, I get it. Well, no real reason. There is a reason. You're having a lot of fun. It's exhilarating, but that also kind of tells me that your life sucks and you have to do dangerous things to get any thrill. So maybe you should look into the rest of your life. Maybe clean your bedroom. You'd be surprised how much that works. So do not ride without proper training. Okay, that's a big one. Proper training or licensing, that's really big. Okay, we got drills for Harry. Thank you. You got a booklet, and you got a booklet with cones. Awesome, 2 booklets. Make sure you get the training. Okay, you just hop on a motorcycle and you think you're good because you know how to go in a slow straight line, maybe even do a weave. But now we're starting to get traffic. Now we're starting to get pedestrians. Now we're starting to get so many different factors involved to where it can cause a major, major issue. So make sure you get the training. You're gonna learn quite a bit. I love refreshing myself with newer curriculum. So like, let's say you took the MSF 5 years ago. Well, I'm pretty sure, even with the same instructor, I'm pretty sure that they improved, or at least I hope so. And the curriculum might have changed a little bit, hopefully for the better. Or you go out and do like champ school, or you do like some type of advanced class. So make sure you get extra training. It's always good. You're gonna learn something new. You're gonna feel accomplished. You're gonna love yourself a little bit more. And it's just overall a really, really good thing to do. Do not ride with a passenger until you are comfortable and confident in your riding ability. So passengers add quite a bit of extra issues. Let me get a little bit more paper on this one. So you're gonna have, let's say, 100-pound person, which is not typical, okay? Unless you have like a child or a 4'11" girlfriend. It's not gonna be typical, and even at 100 pounds, it's gonna have so much effect on your ergonomics. You're gonna need more total stopping distance because you have weight now that you're gonna have to slow down even more. It's not like you're putting somebody in a car, it's all the same. No, it's on a motorcycle, it's a little bit different. You might have to adjust your suspension. You might have to practice your acceleration because you want to take it nice and slow so your passenger's head's not banging back and forth. Turning is going to be different. You're going to have to tell your passenger, hey, don't lean against me. Like if you're turning left, don't lean to the right because you're panicking because you feel like you're a fall. You're not. You have so much you have to do, and if you don't even know how to turn yourself, you don't even know how to progressively brake well, you don't know how to accelerate smoothly, don't add a passenger. It's only gonna make it worse. It's gonna make it harder to do, okay? Don't weave in and out of traffic. I get that. It's kind of when you're lane splitting, kind of going crazy, crazy, crazy. Going in and out of traffic, let's say it's like Frogger, you're on the interstate, it's a 4-lane highway. Trust me, I've done this before, so I know the feeling. And there's just cars kind of spaced out just perfectly. And it's like Tron, and you're like, do-do-do-do-do-do. You're having fun, but you have to go faster than the flow of traffic to do that, right? Yeah, so you're adding too many factors at that point. You're adding way too many factors. Illegal, possible crashing, bunch of different things. So be very careful with that. Just don't do it. Do not attempt stunts or tricks on the road. Do it in a parking lot, please. Practice until you get super confident. And if you want to practice on the road, please get a rescue pack. Please wear full gear, okay? I don't recommend doing stunts. I don't know, it's not me though. You do you. So do not ride in bad weather on roads with poor visibility. Poor visibility will get you. Nighttime, fog, rain, bad roads where if you're out in the middle of nowhere, there's no lights, so all you have is your headlights, so watch out for animals when it comes to that stuff. Just be very careful with the bad weather. If you can, try not to ride in bad weather, but if you have to, just take it nice and easy, nice and slow. It's like riding with a passenger. Slow, smooth is fast on the braking, acceleration, and turning. Just kind of watch out for that stuff. So do not ride without proper insurance coverage. So if you do crash solo, you don't want it to be the end of your motorcycling journey. If you can't afford to get another motorcycle, maybe that's your only transportation, you're kind of screwed. So that's not good. But if you crash into somebody else and you don't have insurance or the proper insurance, you might be paying for a long time when it comes to taking care of whatever happened. Hopefully you don't have to. Hopefully you have uninsured or underinsured insurance, which is, I believe, the requirement in Arizona. But still, at the end of the day, you're going to be probably paying out of pocket. You're not going to get your motorcycle replaced, and you're going to have to deal with a lot of legal stuff, points on your record. It's just not good. It's just not good. So don't do that. Don't do that. So those are the things, right? Is there more? Nope, that's it. Those are the things that you should not be doing while riding a motorcycle. Okay? Be very careful out there.